y'all, I got a message for y'all today, man. Without further ado, let's get into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is going to be posted on my YouTube and also on my social media platforms. So let's get into it. In Proverbs 18, verse 2, KJV, it says, "A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself." What does this mean? This means, y'all, that God doesn't want us to waste our time on people who doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want us to waste our time debating with people over stuff or try to explain to somebody who don't want to listen, who always wants to feel like they just got to be right all the time. They just don't ever want to be wrong. They don't want to admit they're wrong. They just always want to be right. They always want to be argumentative. And if you don't agree with what they're saying, they're just going to argue with you, bicker at you, talk over you, not want to listen to you. God doesn't want us to waste our time with people like that. So if you're a person who's like a street preacher, or you're on the goal to want to be something like that, just remember, man, don't waste your time arguing with people, because when you're not arguing with that person, y'all, you're arguing with that demon that's inside that person. So you have to understand that. So if somebody walks up to you and they're trying to have like a friendly debate with you about whatever, even if it's something not godly, or they just want to have a talk with you about something, and when you listen to what they're saying, you're actually listening to them, because God does not only want us to back away from people who act like that, but God also wants us to not act like that either. God wants us to actually try to understand what people are saying, bro, and see their point of view. You don't have to agree with them, but actually listen and try to understand their point of view, and don't just always want to argue with them and just try to force them to believe what you're saying, to want them to admit that you're right. You get what I'm saying? Because people like that, y'all, are people who don't grow at all. They don't grow because they always feel like they're right all the time. If you always feel like you're right all the time and you don't take accountability for your wrongs, then you're never going to grow, because you always think you're right. So you're always going to be stuck in that same rut because you don't want to listen and you don't want to try to understand what somebody else is telling you. You know what I'm saying? That's why so many people on this world, they don't listen to what God is saying to them, because they always feel like, bro, is this the most dumbest things that a lot of us humans do, that we think we're smarter than God? God will tell us something that we're doing wrong and we think we're not wrong, when God is smarter, that he's literally everlasting wise. And a lot of people do that. I've done that in the past too, where I've tried to argue back and forth with God, or I tried to feel like I was right when this is God telling me that I'm wrong. You get what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with human interactions. Like, somebody can know they're wrong, y'all, and they will still just force themselves to believe they're right and just argue with you and try and just argue with you. Don't waste your time, y'all, arguing with people who thinks they're right. Instead, y'all, just go on out your day and just pray for them. So if you're a person who talks to people about God, and you dealt with people who just trying to argue with you back and forth, you listen to what they're saying. You did what you were supposed to do. You listened to what they were saying. You tried to understand what they were saying. You tried to see their perspective, and now you just want them to do the same for you, and they don't want to do that. Then go on throughout your day, y'all, and pray for them. Don't waste your time on people, y'all, who don't want to listen. Don't waste your time on people who just wants to be argumentative, who always thinks they're right. Because I'm telling y'all, that's what demons want you to do. Demons want you to argue back and forth with people who always think they're right, with people who wants to argue, y'all. Because you're wasting your energy. That's what demons do to godly brothers and sisters. They want you to waste your time arguing with people, because when you're wasting your time arguing, you are literally are allowing demons to drain you of your energy, drain you of your time that you can be using to actually talk to somebody else who's actually going to listen and try to see your perspective. Even if they don't agree with you, y'all could just be like, "Hey man, that was a good talk. I hope that you come to your senses and you believe what I was telling you. But if you don't, then I'll pray for you. But hey, good talk." And y'all just go throughout y'all's day. But there's some people, y'all, they just can't stand it when they know they're wrong, and they just still just want to be right. They still want to be argumentative. I've dealt with people like that, y'all, in relationships and in friendships. So I'm just telling y'all this straight up, man. Do not waste your time on. And I know that you're going to probably make a mistake sometimes here and there and end up falling into it. It happens. I fell into it still sometimes, y'all. It happens. But don't actively argue with people, y'all, because you're not arguing with that person. You're arguing with a demon, y'all. That's what you're doing. And these demons love it when you argue with them. They love it. They love it when you argue with them. But when you ignore them, then they get mad and they feel some type of way. But that's why it's important, y'all, for just to pray for them and go throughout your day and continue to do what you're doing, man. Don't waste your time arguing with people, y'all. I'm telling y'all, don't waste your time arguing with people over foolish things. If they want to be a fool and they don't want to listen to what you're saying, but you listen to what they were saying, bro, then go throughout your day. Stop wasting your energy and your time on people, y'all, who are just argumentative and who don't want to listen and who don't want to change. If they don't want to admit their wrongs, if they don't want to take accountability for their actions, or if they just don't want to just try to listen and hear what you're saying, bro, then go on throughout your day. Stop wasting your time on people, y'all, who wants to argue with you back and forth, because those are people, y'all, who are just never going to grow until they change from their ways. So just pray for them and go on throughout your day. Stop wasting your energy on people, y'all, who don't want to listen. I'm telling y'all that straight up. It's just a waste of time. It really is. I've dealt with that a lot in my life, y'all. It's a waste of time. And I'm telling y'all, it's not worth it. It's not. So God bless y'all, and y'all stay safe.